All right, welcome back. So got the motor all mounted in, mounted with the blind nuts from the last video. So this is a Schwinn 300, and I went ahead and did the last screw on this side, and this thing is pretty good. It's as close as it needs to be. Some people get really anal about it, and you know, I try to get it as perfect as I can, but I haven't found a good way to line those things up yet. So, but it's in, and I'm about to put the tank back in. But before I do that, I was going to mention, so people have asked me about the Minion Jet thing. So if you ever saw my last one, I had a 2.5 meter version of this model, same scheme, same company, but it was a 2.5 meter that I had for a long time. It had lights on it and had some pilots in it, and yeah, it was just a fun jet. You know, it was my go-to jet, and it was my first really big crash, only really big crash, total loss I ever had with a jet, or knock on wood, so far. And it was because I had a flame out. I was at an event. And you know, when you're flying with their jets, you can't always tell and hear very well. So I was gonna come by, and I was already inverted, done a loop, you know, like a circuit with inverted, and I was coming by, gonna do an inverted pass. And as I turned from like base to final, you know, I noticed it seems like it's getting a little slow. So I throttled up a little bit, didn't respond, and you know, and it's cruising along, and you know, you have a spotter, and about the time he realized it, I realized it, I was flamed out. And about the time we kind of noticed it, it was already coming over the runway. And then by the time I reacted, because you got to, you know, your brain's calculating things, and I was low, I was still pretty fast, so I rolled it, because if it would have landed upside down, it would have destroyed it. So I was going to try to get it upright and just slide it on the grass. And when I started the turn, the roll, it got to about 9 degrees and just stopped and went and cartwheeled and exploded. Well, the pilots, aka Minions, Kevin and Carl, survived it. They were ejected, you know, and that's why it was, you know, the Minion Jet. So keeping with that fashion, so you kind of get an idea of the size. So this was the Minions from the first one, and this is the Minions for this one. So got one of each. So there you go. That kind of gives you a perspective of the size of the two. So that's why it's called the Minion Jet. And also, let's see, where's the rudder? So, and here's the rudder. It normally says Viper Jet, so I had them put Minion Jet on it. So I hope you guys can see this. Sorry. Just keeping it fun. You know, it's a fun jet. It's an easy flying jet. That's why a lot of people buy these things, is because it's just a very forgiving and easygoing kind of jet. So, anyways, so back to this. I was working on the tank, and so where is it at? Whoa. Oh, here it is. So I went ahead and did my clunk, and got some lock wire on it. This is the BVM high flow tank line, and it just goes in. I don't like the way they do their tanks. They don't ever think about clunks and tanks. They just make them any size or any shape that fits into their jets. And I get it, you got to fit it, but I mean, this is like horrible for getting a good clunk and picking up fuel and defueling it. So it reaches the bottom, but you'll never get all the fuel out of it once you put it in there. So that's usually why I will typically, sorry, I'm trying to find my wrench. I will typically I'll fill it up with fuel, defuel it, and leave the UAT full, and typically that kind of gives you trapped, so it puts the trapped fuel in there that's always going to be in there. And should be good enough. So that kind of helps with your CG. So the tank is done, clunks in. I couldn't remember how much fuel this thing holds. So I asked on the Viper XXL forum, so hopefully I'll get an answer, because this is the other tank, and I don't want to have to put it in there because there's no mounts for these, so I'll have to build a mount system for it, and it would essentially just go, because this one kind of goes up in the top, and I would probably just put this one below it, sit it kind of like on top of the wing, like right here, somewhere through here. I don't want to block too much of the airflow going into the motor. That just seems to be the norm with jets. They just muffle the flow through on it and it slows them down. So if I have to, I'll kind of move it forward. Just depends on where the CG is. I don't want to go too far forward with the CG, but hopefully this will be enough for a good, you know, I don't fly a long time. If I can get like 8 minutes total fuel, that's all I really care about, because that way, you know, I'm flying half throttle. This motor, from what I understand, you're going to be flying around at half throttle anyways, or, you know, half to 60. And hopefully this will be enough. But if not, I'll add the other tank. So I probably need to... I think I can get to it. Let me see. Yeah, I may not. May have to go ahead and do the vent line on here. So I kind of need to make a decision if I'm going to put that other tank in there or not, because if I'm going to use that other tank, then I have to do fuel lines and vent lines a little different. So I'm probably going to hold off on hard mounting it right now. Yeah, let me do that. Let me find out exactly how much it has, it holds. I mean, I guess I could measure it and get the volume, or just fill it up with water. That'd probably be the easiest thing to do. But anyways, I can always get it back out. So let's see, how did I get this in before? So yeah. So essentially I still have to build, yeah, there we go. I have to build a mount system for these tanks. There we go. So it's already a groove cut here, and what they did, and what I've seen in some builds, is people put a platform in here, and you put the bottom tank, the little tank on the bottom of it, and the top tank on the top. But so I just glued these on. They go in the grooves there that you can kind of see. I hope you guys can see this. I need to keep my phone with me. Sorry. That way I can kind of see what you guys are seeing. There we go. So, and then the aft part of these carbon tubes I glued on here. Keep in mind, I'm trying to do all this, keep it light. They just slide into these grooves, and then the front, I can actually probably flip the jet back over now. Oh, it gets heavy quick. You start putting all this stuff in there. It goes from light to not heavy. So, and you can kind of see the front. Yeah, so what I got to do now is the tank rests on these two pieces here, so I need to take a piece, and what I'm going to do is I'll probably just run a piece all the way across. That where it sits here, it holds it down, and I can do a screw right through here. I'll probably put another blind nut type system, because I got some smaller blind nuts, and just have a rod come across here. That way it keeps it from going forward, and it keeps it from going up. I mean, because it's kind of sitting on the roof. This will hit the roof, the fitting hits the roof, and I can still get to that fitting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to run a piece of ply across here, and then I'll put a blind nut. I might put the blind nut on a little wood block, because this is only 1/8 inch ply. So I'll put a little piece of a ply block with a blind nut in it, drill all the way through, and then bolt it in. So there you go. Oh, I forgot to show you this while I had it flipped over. So I made this last night. This is those Vario lenses that I sell. They're made for the Brain Cube lights, but you can mod them to work with any lights. But Vario sells them with their helicopters, is kind of like how they're branded right now. But I had originally used one of these. This is like a Unilight lens. It's hard to see. There we go. And I just kind of sanded it lightly, scuffed it up to make it like where it would halo and look brighter than what it is, because the LED is just a little round 10 millimeter LED there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah. And what I made is I took, these come with a piece, and I cut it off, sanded it, and then I took the hole and I just enlarged the hole. I left the lip on there for the light. So this is going to go right over the light there. I'll glue that on. And then this little cap, lens cap, just clips on over that. And then that'll give me a bigger, brighter light. So, and then, I don't have it, but I have a VHF antenna that goes right here that sticks down about that far. So, I just got to glue that on. Oh, I'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Not really much on this one, but oh, wow. That tank really sits angled back. I just noticed that. But that's just how this conforms. Man, that's gonna cause me to lose some fuel probably. I thought I had that level. I have to check that. I think once it sits level, when this is sitting on the wheels, I think that tank is actually level. So, yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, it still has a little slope to it. You want to get them as level as possible. That way, because if it's canted too much, you know, it doesn't fill all the way up. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true, because the fitting's on the top at the most highest point. So it's going to fill up all the way. So. But, okay, so I'm going to end this video and I'll pick it up. I'm going to go ahead and make the mounts and stuff, and I'll pick it up with me actually installing the stuff for that top tank. So you guys hang with me on this one. It's kind of hard and cumbersome at this stage because it's little things, you know. You're having to fix and fabricate some things, because like I said, they don't come with mounts for tanks and stuff. You just have to make them. So. But you guys take it easy. I'll be back shortly.